Hey Dream Team, thank y'all for joining us this month for our development guide. We will be talking about your value and worth. This also coincides with our core value, start with people, because God starts with you. His thoughts are about you. His feelings are about you. His everything is about you because you are valuable to God. We're going to jump right into the Bible talking about your value, and it's in Matthew chapter 13, verse 44. So follow along with me, get to it. This is going to be in the NIV translation. We're going to jump right in. It says, "The King of Heaven is like treasure hidden in a field. When a man found it, he hid it again. And then in his joy, he sold everything he had to get to that field, to buy that field." He sold everything to get to one treasure that was hidden in the field. Well, this Bible verse can be taken out of context many times, but as Pastor Robert Morris ended up teaching me, he taught me to realize the context of this verse. What happens before this verse is Jesus talks about the parable of the weeds. And in telling the parable of the weeds, the disciples end up coming to Jesus and they ask him to describe and bring definition further to the parable of the weeds. And so in Jesus' description, he says that the field is in reference to the world. He says that whenever a man is talked about, it's in reference to the Son of Man. And then it says a seed is in reference to humankind. It's in reference to you and me. So what else is hidden underneath the ground? A seed is, but also in the Matthew 13:44 verse, as we read, the treasure was also hidden in that same ground. So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you read this through another lens again, this verse. What it reads is that, so Jesus, the man, found you, his treasure, in the field of the world. And in his pure joy, he went out and purchased not just you, but he purchased the whole entire world to get to you. To get to you, because you are treasure to him. You are valuable to him. He wants you to know that today, that you are so valuable to him. And whenever you are valuable, when you possess something that's valuable, you want to bring security to that thing that is valuable. So in Isaiah 41, verse 10 is where we're going to go next. The Bible says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you in my righteous right hand." Y'all, this term, uphold you, it doesn't mean, this reference right here, this ring, this is you. It doesn't mean to place you in the palm of God's hand and raise you up on high. Because if anything comes and knocks you over, you're instantly falling out. You're falling out of the hand of God. What actually this term uphold you means in Hebrew, the term uphold means to grasp. So I'm grasping my ring right now to acquire, to hold, to obtain. So if anything comes against me while I'm grasped by God, I'm not gonna leave his hand. I'm not gonna leave his righteous security and his protection. When I think of grasping onto something super tight, I actually think of two siblings fighting. We're gonna call sibling number one Tony, and then sibling number two Sarah. So sibling number one, Tony, he's sitting over here, he's playing on his little tablet, he's going through all the YouTube shorts, he's having a good old fun time on his tablet. And then Sarah looks over at Tony, and she starts to get jealous. She starts to get jealous that Tony is having so much fun with this tablet. She sees all the fun he's having, and then she starts to go over, walk up to Tony and starts to try to yank the tablet out of Tony's hands. But no, Tony's got a firm grasp on his tablet. He's not letting it go. And then you start hearing the yelling and the bickering and the fighting of, no, it's mine. No, it's mine. No, it's mine. And then you hear the giant yell, Mom! Mom comes busting into the room, and she comes and fixes the whole situation, realizing that Sarah was the one that was in the wrong. Sarah was jealous of what Tony had in his hands. Y'all, the devil is jealous of you being in the hands of God, because even the enemy recognizes that you are valuable. Because the word says that the enemy has come to steal, kill, and destroy. Why would the enemy steal something that isn't valuable? And then it also says, if he can't steal it, he's gonna try to kill you. If he can't kill you, he's gonna try to destroy your life. But he's only doing that because the enemy recognizes that you are valuable to God. You are. So just like something is valuable to God, you are valuable to God. You want to bring security, more security to it. You want to be grasped by God. We want to bring that same type of security to our homes. So I just had a friend that purchased a house, but while he was on the tour through the house, right on the outside of the fence, when he was walking in, it said, "You're on camera." And man, he got excited, he got happy, because he said, this place has got a security system. This is gonna be a great house for my family and my belongings. And as he is continuing with the tour, going into the bedroom, going into the kitchen, going into the dining room, he's slowly but surely realizing that there ain't no security system. So he realized that they wanted to project a false sense of security out into the world instead of actually possess security for his home and for his belongings. Some of y'all may be doing this exact same thing, and that's okay. You might have the "You're on camera" sign right outside your fence, or you have the "Beware of dog" sign on the outside of your fence as well. When we all know, all your neighbors know, that your dog can only lick people to death and is afraid of even flies. So sorry to call you out, that just is what it is. But we're gonna get into projecting security. Are you projecting security in your life? Just because you project happiness doesn't mean you possess the joy of the Lord. Just because you project wealth doesn't mean you possess fulfillment. Just because you project stability doesn't mean you have the foundation of the Lord. Just because you project security of God by serving every single weekend, by attending the church every weekend, doesn't mean you possess security on the inside of you. And you may be asking, Connor, how do I possess this security? I want to let you know right now, it's by learning the value that God places on your life. He has such a high price on your life. In Luke chapter 12, Jesus says that, aren't you more precious than the birds in the sky and the birds that are flapping their wings? You're more precious to them. But there's context to that verse. The context to that verse is saying that God supplies the food, God supplies everything that the birds need. Again, the food, the nest. Every day he supplies it for them. And then it says, aren't you more precious than the birds? Because you are valuable. He calls you his treasure. He calls you valuable. He says he wants to uphold you, keep you secure. And guys, when you know God, you will learn the value that he places on you. When you know the value he places on you, you will be able to stop projecting security in your life, and you will be able to start possessing it for yourself. And Dream Team, I hope this has helped you realize that you are valuable. Not just that you are valuable, but also that every single person that we serve is valuable as well, because we start with people here in our ministry. Every person that walks into our church on Sunday, every single person that comes to church on Wednesday, that comes into your house for small groups, they are valuable as well. So team, I love y'all. Thank you for joining us this month for our development guide of value and worth.